So we talk with a lot of folks about the idea of creating clear roles, of building standardization and consistency by defining those clear roles. One of the tools in the toolbox is RACI, which stands for Responsible, Accountable, Consult, and Inform. It's a popular tool. It's been around for quite a long time, yet very often I'm resistant to recommend it because I see many organizations struggle to make it effective. Now, for a long time, I simply just resisted using it as a reference point, as a recommendation because of that common failure code. So I started looking at really why do I think it fails as often as it does? Well, so here's four reasons that I think we get RACI wrong, we don't use it effectively, and that it leads to an underwhelming outcome. First is we start with RACI just with an objective of defining clear roles rather than to solve a problem. What is the problem you're trying to solve? What is the gap? Is it about speed? Is it about clarity? Is it about waste? What is the problem you're trying to solve ensures that we have a vested interest in developing the solution and we can evaluate it against that problem once we do. Number two is that too many times teams get together and they kind of focus on what they agree on and they write all that stuff down. Well, that's not what's hurting you. Focus instead on where you don't agree. Don't write down all the things that have to happen and we already know who gets them done. Focus on where the gaps are. Focus on where we don't agree and put our energy into resolving those conflicts, disagreements, and lack of clarity. So don't write down everything you know, focus on the gaps. Third is sort of a misuse of the understanding of accountable. There should only be one accountable person for every line item, but accountable doesn't mean the person who decides. It means the person who's ultimately accountable for the outcome. Now, they might be the decider, but they also might establish decision rules that other people use. They might ensure that there's a good process that people can use to make a decision. The point is that accountable doesn't even have to be in the process in order to effectively do their job. So understand accountable doesn't equal the decision maker. It means the person who ultimately gets to decide about the how and the who of those decisions or actions. And then the fourth thing is not being aggressive enough at moving people out of the consult role. Consult is an easy thing to plug in. It means you're not doing the task, but don't go forward without me. It's easy to put all sorts of people, groups, functions, roles into that consult bucket. But every time you do, you create another handoff, another connection, another delay, another chance of an error, another chance of misalignment. Instead, see who you can move from consult to inform without hurting the outcome, or replace being consulted with some type of tool, whether that's a standard, a checklist, a reference guide, a spreadsheet, whatever it might be. What am I doing? What information am I providing? And how can I take myself out of that consult role and still accomplish the same outcome? So if you focus on those four items, solve real problems, focus on where you don't agree, don't look at accountable equal decision makers, and move people out of consult, I believe the commonly used tool of RACI can be much more effective. Good luck.